President Benigno Simeon Aquino III, President Fidel Ramos, Senate President Juan, Ponce Enrile, Secretary Voltaire, Gazmin, officers and members of the EDSA People Power Commission, General Rick David Jr., and the officers and members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, now in the process of painful reformation. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Filipinos, we couldn't and didn't say goodbye to our families and loved ones. In fact, my wife thought I was just leaving for another day at the office after an early breakfast. But we were committed, and we had to do it for good government reform. We were not looking for a president to mutiny against or a government to overthrow. We were soldiers bleeding and dying in the field for a people who no longer trusted us because we had been identified with a regime that could no longer respond to the real problems of society: poverty, social injustice, corruption, disunity. The plan of the Reformed Armed Forces Movement, or RAM, in 1986 was to conduct a military operation against the very seat of political power with a handful of specially trained men and against overwhelming odds, and present those accountable, alive and unharmed, to the Filipino people for judgment. We were willing to die to show the Filipino people and the world that there were still professional soldiers who truly loved their country. It took 25 years, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, but at this point, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a key reformist leader in Mindanao during the time, then Colonel Voltaire Gazmin of the 4th Infantry Division in Cagayan de Oro. Secretary Gazmin, happy anniversary po. People power, which included the parliament of the streets, that had been active for many years in defiance to the regime, especially after the assassination of Senator Benigno Aquino Jr., providentially and miraculously materialized. It came together around Camp Aguinaldo and Camp Crame, along the entire stretch of EDSA, from Makati to Quezon City, and symbolically stretching across the entire nation. On Sunday morning, February 23, even before the crowds had gathered, a handful of nuns went to Camp Aguinaldo to pray and offer help. In fact, when I went down with Red to inspect our troops and our perimeter, we were asked by the nuns, "Oh, Colonel, suppose you are attacked by the government troops. What will you do?" Sabi ko without blinking an eyelash, "I suppose, Kapo Sister, we will have to teach them a lesson." Tapos nagpalakpakan. I could not understand that there. It was a portent of the historic upwelling of support that was to come. We were, and continue to be, proud of that event 25 years ago. It was a shining time when, in the name of God, country, and family, the Filipino people loved, dreamed, dared, and acted for the future. We would like to thank all of you for allowing 2 presidents, 1 Senate President, former Minister of Defense, to share this moment with our people. Maraming salamat po.